pieces that fit your style, your space, and your whole family. All built to last just as long as your memories. Haverty's, we furnish happiness.
With my low energy, I can't even blow up this celebratory balloon.
At Planet Fitness, there's hope. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, and turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023. In a clean and spacious, judgment-free zone with tons of equipment to get you energized. Download the free PF app and join today for $1 down and then only $10 a month.
Offer extended through January 19.
The case against the man after that murder-suicide in non-drug
Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting involving officers.
Stay tuned. First Coast News Live Jaguars coverage starts right now. This is a First Coast News special sports presentation. The Farrah and Farrah Ready to Roar postgame show. Now live from TIAA Bank Field, the home of our Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's First Coast News sports director Chris Porter.
Oh, there's no better place to be in the country right now than Jacksonville, Florida. A live look outside of TIAA Bank Field. Fans following out the Jaguars with one incredible comeback. At one point, my friends, they were down by 27 points. It was 27-7 at the half. Things looked bleak. The defense made a stop on that first drive of the Chargers, and then the offense got it going. Some gutsy calls made also by Doug Peterson. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our post-game show. We're just outside the stadium. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe it? Duval. You hear the fans as they're going by chanting Duval. An incredible, a fantastic night. If you left the game early, I feel for you. These young Jaguars grew up tonight, winning a final 31-30. Now let's take a live look at the podium where we are awaiting Doug Peterson, Trevor Lawrence, all of the other primetime players to make their way to the podium. As you can see, it's just reporters in there now, but as soon as they get to the podium, no doubt about it, we're going to take you there live because that is what we do, and that is what the post-game show is all about. Back out here live now. I'm joined now by James Coleman, our First Coast Sports analyst. James, I tell you, man, for the executives here at First Coast News, you couldn't have asked for a better outcome. People stayed tuned in to the end, and what a comeback.
Oh, man, it's amazing. Cardiac cats right there, man. A tale of two halves. Really bad, all the mistakes. You could not have started any worse. And then everybody was kind of going down on Trevor. Then all of a sudden, Trevor woke up and, again, showed us why he was that #1 overall pick and why he's the true franchise quarterback.
And let's talk about Trevor Lawrence. He got off to a very rocky start. He's the first quarterback since 1983 to throw 4 interceptions in the first half, and he's the first quarterback to throw 4 interceptions in a postseason game and go on to win. What resilience he and the Jaguars showed by not giving up.
Well, I mean, you got to give credit to Dougie Peete. Also, Jim Bob Cooter was over there. A bunch of quarterback guys in that locker room that really went in there and kind of just mentored him. You saw it going into half where he said, hey, we got to just not turn the ball over, forget those mistakes, and just go one drive at a time. He said, chip by chip. And that's what they did. They went in there, chip by chip, and Trevor just calmed down. Once he calmed down, the game slowed down, and then it became easy for him.
We also got to give much credit to Mike Caldwell's defense. As you know, they've taken a lot of heat, especially when we were during that losing streak, when we were struggling. Many people were giving the heat. The defense set the tone in the second half on their opening drive.
Big sacks in key drives. Did not give up. Also got put in some really, really bad situations.
Yeah.
One of the things that's terrible for a locker room and camaraderie is when you see somebody turn the ball over on the first play of the game, and all of a sudden you got to defend your 20. Like, that's not very good. You don't have a good play.
All right, James, I hate to stop you right there, but we promise you we get you to the podium once Doug Peterson got to the podium. He's at the podium now. Let's listen in.
You know, other than obviously winning the Super Bowl a few years ago, greatest coaching victory as a team, this one's right up there with it. And my hat's off to our guys for just battling. And, you know, as deep a hole as we dug in the first half. You know, there was. You guys have, been around our team. You know, there's no quit in our guys, and they did an outstanding job, obviously, in the second half. And Riley kicking that ball at the end was obviously a thing of beauty.
Okay, please.
Doug, from your perspective, having played quarterback, can you relate and give us some appreciation for what Trevor did tonight, throwing 4 picks and then rallying back with 4 touchdowns to get the win?
I sure can. I played with one of the greatest quarterbacks ever in Brett Favre, and there were times when, he didn't have a great first half and came back in the second half and could light it up. And that's what I love about Trevor and his demeanor and his aggressiveness and the ability to just forget and move on. But he'll be the first one to tell you that it's not about him. It's the guys around him too. Made plays. Protection was good. Receivers were doing a nice job being where they needed to be. But from an individual standpoint, it was this is really a great performance by our quarterback.
Coach, what does it say about this team that they never flinched down that much and just kept fighting back?
I mean, it's everything. It's just what I told them at halftime. It's kind of like our season. And we've put ourselves in a hole at times, and then we've worked ourselves out of it at times. And just to have the resiliency and the fight and the desire and the ability to continue to play. Because it could have easily gone the other way, right? And that's what I'm so proud of these guys for. Everything's on the line, and, they go out and get the job done.
Doug, quarterbacks make their reputation, become elite guys in the playoffs. What does this performance today say about Trevor and where he's headed, what he can do for this franchise?
I'll just keep saying it. It's a step in the right direction for him and for our team, for our franchise. And we love having Trevor as our quarterback, and he never flinches. You saw the emotion on the sneak, on the goal line. I think was that the 2-point conversion? At that you saw the emotion, right? And that's who he is. And I love the fact that he's leading our football team. But it's a step in the direction we want this organization to go. We want him to go, our team to go, and we just got to continue to build on that.
Coach Bruce Hope, Florida Star newspaper. What type of tactical adjustments were you able to make at the half that allowed you and your team to come all the way back?
I think one of them was just we had to kind of go up tempo, be on the ball a little bit more in the second half when we got down so many scores there, 3 scores at least, and we just felt like we needed to get a spark, and be up tempo. And we were just more efficient in the passing game, and that's what it takes. Sometimes it just takes the guys the desire and the want to play better, on offense, and they did. But I really think the up tempo stuff helped us in the second half to kind of get us back in the football game.
Doug, could you talk about calling the timeout? Did you just not like what you saw from the Chargers' defensive front on the 4th and half yard?
Yeah,
and then electing to go outside.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like the look that we had for the play we had called, and so just took the timeout. We reloaded, regrouped, put our heads together, came up with that call, and just a great effort by Travis, to obviously hit it off tackle there and get the first down and more.
So you're okay with the risk of it going outside?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, listen, if they're outside, you go inside. If they're inside, you go outside. Travis is a heck of a back that can do that, and with his speed and ability, made a great play in that moment.
Did you tell Riley anything in particular before he went out there, or did he say anything that comes to mind?
No. Didn't say a word to him.
And he's made 17 out of 18 since that Chiefs game. Is this guy become very reliable, I would suppose?
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously this is a big moment for him, and for him to make that kick under these circumstances is great for his career too. And I'm proud of him for battling through what he's a little shaky start to start the season, but he's really locked in here at the end of the year, and nothing greater than that kick here at the end.
Coach, congratulations on the victory. The question is on the two-point conversion. You saw that they got the penalty. I mean, was it one of those things you had to really think about? Should I go for the two-pointer, or it was never a thought of changing up?
Never a doubt. I trust in the players, trust our decision. Felt good about our call that we had. And what it does is it either a field goal wins or you got to score a touchdown to win. And so, you get in these moments, and listen, you trust the players, and you want to win the football game. You want to do it for them. And, they battled their tails off, so there was no hesitation on that.
John, right here. Doug, just to clarify, would you have gone for 2 without the penalty?
Probably not.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up right here in the middle.
All right. Okay, hold on here. Coach, this is a total phenomenon, and congratulations on your success. Now, coming back from halftime, knowing what's your strategy when you come back from halftime, knowing that score is what, 27 to something? What was your strategy?
The strategy was just one play at a time, we knew the defense was starting the second half, so we felt like, defensively we had to get off the field at some point. We're trying to create, takeaways, turnovers, things of that nature. And if we could, offense just, had to just regroup and score. And we talked about possibly having to score every time we touched the ball, every possession in the second half. And so that was the strategy. We just it had to be a one play at a time mentality.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Riley Patterson will be right in here any moment, so those who'd like to stick around.
Just a reminder, please, no.
Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson at the podium tonight. Doug made some gutsy calls in this ball game. I really know for a fact that Trevor Lawrence grew up tonight. Doug won on that 4th and 1 play, pitches it out to Travis Etienne. Well, maybe you thought he would have did a QB sneak or have him run straight ahead. Etienne picks up big yardage. And then that 2-point conversion, when they could have simply got down by 3, he went for 2, and it gave them an opportunity to win the game with a field goal. If you're just joining us tonight, the Jacksonville Jaguars knocked off the Los Angeles Chargers 31-30. As you can hear the fans say, Duval! We got Duval. And is Trevor Lawrence at the podium? All right, let's go back inside now. Riley Patterson is at the podium.
Positive stuff going through your mind as when you got to the point where you're going to go out there and try it, and did Logan say anything reassuring to you in any way, or maybe any other teammates before you kicked it?
Well, after I got him away from the ref, he said, just another Wednesday practice, which I had no idea. He told me that afterwards. I couldn't hear a thing he was saying. I was kind of locked in at that point. But yeah, I had no doubt, all the faith in the world, everybody on the line, Ross, Logan, perfect snap, perfect hold, and it was really pretty flawless. It was awesome.
Hey, Riley, at what point, you're down 27-0 at half, or just before half, at what point did you feel like, I got a shot this might come down to me to kick a field goal to win this thing?
Yeah, when we got about 10 points down, I was like, okay, well, we have an opportunity to maybe tie this up with a field goal going into the overtime, but he ended up getting that 2-point conversion out of nowhere, and then I'm like, oh wow, we could win this on a field goal. But at the same time, we're professionals. I try not to think too far ahead, just try and kind of stay in the zone and keep my heartbeat down and stay locked in as much as I can.
Right down the left.
Congratulations, Riley. You remember the last time you had to kick something like that in that moment where moving on was important? It's not just another game, but this is playoffs. Anything as important as this? That's what I'm asking, really.
The Cowboys game was definitely a big game, and I think we really needed that game. So putting that one into overtime, that field goal was really big. And but to win it back in college against Houston my senior year, my last game at home, that was a big moment, and that was kind of our rival. So that was huge. That was a lot of fun. This is pretty sweet though. A playoff game at home, doesn't get much better than that. Yeah, you dream of stuff like this as a kicker.
All right, thanks, Riley.
Okay. Appreciate you guys.
All right, you just heard from Jaguars kicker Riley Patterson. He had the game-winning field goal in tonight's game as the Jaguars won 31-30. Folks, we're just getting our Ready to Roar post-game show rolling. We're back to pay some bills, and we're back after this timeout.
Bring you some breaking news. The case against the after that murder-suicide in Nottingham.
The Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting involving officers.
It's been 5 years since Miles Jack wasn't down. It's been far longer than that since folks put respect on our team's name. But let them run their mouths, because for everyone who loves this team and is Duval till we die, it was always the Jags.
This may sound strange, but you've been here before. You were here when this wrench was turned, and when this line was drawn. Oh, and when this stitch was sewn. Because you inspired the Lexus ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, it all starts with members like you. Because we were founded as a not-for-profit with a mission dedicated to your well-being, with everyday banking tools and loans, all backed by 24/7 support. The kind of support that comes from being a proud partner within your community. Because when you're a member, it all starts and ends with you. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Mom, we need to talk to you about Yorgos.
Don't you think it's a little odd he showed up in your life right when you became a gigillionaire?
He's a gig digger, Mom. He's using you for your AT&T fiber.
Now that it has hyper gig speeds, he spends half the day shirtless, playing VR games.
Kids, why do you think I became a gigillionaire in the first place?
Yes, I am Yorgos.
We know.
Live like a gigillionaire with AT&T Fiber, now with speeds up to 5 gigs. Limited availability.
Let's go! You go for a ride, exploring all night, driving now. You go for a ride.
It's your journey. Own every mile in an available H-Track all-wheel drive Hyundai SUV.
Get a Tucson with 2.9% APR for 60 months or $750 bonus cash. See your local Hyundai dealer.
Soak this moment in, folks, because it's a new day for our team. We've seen the bottom, and now the top is in our sights again. So get on your feet and say it with me. Duval! Go Jags!
Welcome back to our Ready to Roar post-game show where our Jacksonville Jaguars came back to knock off the Los Angeles Chargers 31-30. Riley Patterson hitting the game-winning field goal. Let's take you back to the podium now to Foye Oluokun.
Back to them as soon as possible. Keep getting the ball in their hands because they're going to do something special with it. So we was on our P's and Q's, but we was mad about letting them drive that one drive that they missed the field goal on. Our job when the offense is rolling to get the ball back to them as soon as possible, and they'll just take the game over.
Back here in the back, Will Brown, WJCT News. You all have been here before toward the end of games. The Giants, here at Everbank, TIAA Bank, I'm sorry. The Giants, the Raiders, the Texans. Yeah. You've been here a lot. How much did all of those experiences of games coming down to the last 3 minutes here at home help you all get back into this game?
Yeah, I mean, we down 20-something. A lot. And we've been down a lot of times. Obviously, earlier in the year, we came back and lost. And then later in the year, as the middle of the year went on, we came back and won. So it was the same energy. Let's just make this game close. And, if we do the right things at the end of the game, we went into half. We got a touchdown. We came back. We got 7, came back after halftime. I think they might have got 3 or something. But we kept fighting, made that game closer and closer. Let's chip away. That game's close. We'll take our shot at the end of the game, and that's what we did. I told them boys we just need one stop. We're going to win it. We had that stop. They went down and kicked the field goal, and that's just situational football.
Strategically, what changed at halftime? Like,
good question. What happened? What changed?
well, yeah. Well, what changed at halftime? Like, they obviously had a few short fields to start, going into the half and things of that nature. But then after halftime, you previously mentioned that you guys had more of a sense of urgency. It was more about getting 3 and outs. Did anything change as far as coverages, as far as the game plan, anything along those lines, or was it just, hey, play better?
Yeah, kind of play better. We had seen the plays that they run to our specific coverages, so we kind of went over how to match the routes and, get a little bit of a different nuance within the pass rush, but really just execute our plays. We put some plays in for this week, and we needed to execute them.
Foye, what were you? What was the conversation among the defense in the first half, the defenders, when you saw interception after interception that had you guys on your heel defending the red zone? How did you guys rally a bit when things were seemingly coming downhill on you guys?
Yeah, we just got to keep them at the end zone in those situations. Offense, we were just waiting for them to start going. If we just made a couple stops when we were putting those situations backed up, offense is going to capitalize off of that. So our job in those situations is keep them out the end zone. And we weren't doing it at first, so we all came into halftime. We're like, we need to play better. We need to communicate better, get there with more urgency, tackle better. I know I missed a tackle like maybe first drive, second drive. Just do what we're supposed to do. And when the offense gets rolling, they'll do that.
Congrats on the victory. 30-26 penalty against the Chargers allows you guys to go for 2 instead of kicking the extra point, and then field goal ties it. They get Trevor gets the 2-pointer. How does that change everything in mindset of the defense?
What happened on that penalty? I don't even know what happened.
It was bad. It was a bad penalty. But obviously, he could have taken the 15 yards and kicked off from the 50, maybe an onside. But they went for 2. You got it. How does that change the whole way the defense thinks? Because now field goal wins it instead of ties it.
We didn't even think about that. I told them boys while they was driving to score that touchdown, we get one stop, we're going to win the game. One stop to win it. We had the momentum at that time. Offense was rolling. Whether they scored the touchdown and made it a 3-point game, I felt like we get a stop, they're going to go score 7. We knew if we got that stop, we was going to win the game. So when it was 2 points instead, it was even further. Let's make this 3 and out, get the ball back to them, and then offense do what they needed to do, run that clock out for the game-winning field goal.
Congratulations for moving on today. 3 straight games, but that Dallas Cowboys game that you came from behind in double digits, do you feel that game itself probably provided you with a lot of momentum going into the final year, that you had such an incredible contest tonight to pull it out under unbelievable circumstances?
Kind of like how we were talking about earlier, we had a lot of close games this year. The Giants game, I think maybe came back in the Ravens game, the Raiders game. We did those earlier. Then that Detroit game happened, and we just knew the kind of energy and fight we needed to have for 4 quarters, and we knew if we just brought what we're supposed to bring to the table, anything is possible. So, yeah, that Dallas game was cool to see, but we had kind of learned our winning equation a little bit earlier than that. It's just our accountability on doing that. That's just kind of how we are as a team right now. We just keep fighting all the way through. No matter what's happening in the game, we're going to put ourselves in what we feel is the best chance to win, regardless of what happened in the beginning.
Thank you for you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Does anyone need a game book?
So you were just hearing from Jaguars, one of the defensive stars, Foye Oluokun, talking about his team's 31-30 win over the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's hear from some fans. Let's bring in Zach Willicox. He's the guy with the VIP pass to all things Jaguar fans. He joins us live. Zach, take it away.
Hey, Chris. Well, we had to be joined by our favorite fans, Uncle Bubba and company. They were tailgating here last week. We talked to them last week. We're back with them again. How about that game, huh?
Duval, baby, Duval. We going to the Super Bowl. Boy, look here. We going all the way.
Bubba, how is your heart doing, man? I mean, the past 2 weeks, right?
You know what? We always, the first part of the year, we couldn't finish, but we learned how to finish games. And those boys are playing very exception. They playing exception. And I don't know how far we going, but we with them.
What was it like seeing all those fans coming out? They're all excited. You guys are excited. I mean, tell me about the energy.
Well, they're losers. We're not. We are winners. And we're going to win. And we came back. We showed where our heart was. Those boys played with heart. You know, it was the first quarter, 24-0, and look at it now.
Yes, sir.
We are winners.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to take it all the way, baby, all the way.
Well, but you know I got to ask, what was on the menu tonight?
Well, we had sausages. My brother had cheeseburger with bacon, all the fat make you want to gain a whole lot of weight. And we had our drinks tonight. It was a low-key thing tonight.
All right, well, low-key, it was fun. It was fun. You had a bigger group here last time,
Yeah,
but...
we did. But they're not die-hard like us. You know, we are die-hards. Let's go Duval! Let's go Duval, baby!
Well, there you have it. So we're reporting right in front of the stadium here. Zach Wilcox, First Coast Sports.
Thank you, Zach. Zach with Uncle Bubba. Uncle Bubba always fired up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Rallied at one point. They were down 27-0, but rallied to win this game 31-30. Our post-game coverage is just getting fired up. A special edition of First Coast News at 11 starts after this timeout.
Imagine paying for a Tesla you can't drive.
I was very fearful to have that car.
Her back wheel came off driving down JTB with her child in the car.
I was terrified. I reached out to them multiple times. They basically ignored me.
I went to the local dealership, even tweeted Elon Musk.
I don't think that it would have been resolved without you. I really appreciate everything you've done for us.
Is someone giving you the runaround? I'll get answers. Ask Anthony. First Coast News on your side.
No one's ever prepared to be hurt in a car accident. So we got prepared for you. Our team of attorneys, paralegals, specialists, and a team of investigators are ready to help.
Your free consultation, access to the right doctors, and our experienced legal team. We're here waiting for your call.
No one's ever ready for an accident. But if you're hurt, our safety net is here to catch you.
Farah and Farah, this is what we built.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get 1.9% financing for 36 months on Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
I started losing my teeth in my early 40s, and it was really difficult for me. It's almost as if someone has taken the joy and just turned it off. I don't think anyone can do what Dr. David has done. This procedure has definitely changed my life. I'm not afraid to smile anymore. It makes me feel like Reggie again. I went in there, and in 1 week, I came out with the smile that you see right now.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie.
Delivery! Right along! Winn-Dixie delivery in as quick as 2 hours, over. At the same great in-store prices, over.
They just really love great prices.
There's no building or business too big for Crystal Clean. Whether you want your building scrubbed and sparkling or to have eye-catching curb appeal, call 904-220-3337 or crystalclean.com. You know you're on a winning team with Crystal Clean.
Once Renee Harrell took over and her team got on my case, everything was handled. Everything was taken care of.
At Harrell & Harrell, we hear this a lot from people we're trying to help get back on their feet. We get to know them and their families and their unique situations. Clients are never just another file on the desk. They get a committed team working for them. That's what we're here for.
After Renee, I'd like to do my little happy dance, you know, the Harrell & Harrell happy dance. It's just great.
Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
And you're taking a live look at TIAA Bank Field, home of your AFC South Division champion Jacksonville Jaguars, and home to a team that rallied from 27 points down to win tonight, 31-30. Everybody here in the River City said, Duval. And back to live with my main man, James Coleman, First Coast Sports analyst. James, I must admit, I was a man of little faith when they got down.
And rightfully so. I mean, the way they played in that first half, absolutely bad, not even professional. I was wondering, what are we watching, man? This is going to be a blowout. But again, that's why you have to have a guy like Doug Peterson, who is very very stoic, understands that you can't just score in bunches, you got to score chip by chip. He was able to keep calm and keep steady, and when you're facing a storm, that's what you got to look for. Attitude reflects leadership, and his leadership is what helped breathe the Jaguars through all of this.
James Coleman, I also want to believe, when you consider this Jacksonville Jaguar team, that it would usually lose a game like this, that maybe the tide has turned and now they really know how to win.
These guys just believe, and that's the biggest thing, is whether you're up by a lot or whether you're down, you have to believe that you're going to make a play and that it's going to come down to it as long as you have faith in each other. And they also know that, man, if they just keep adding on these pieces, that's what's exciting about it. That's what's different in 2017 right now, is that you can clearly see a Calvin Ridley or another piece in free agency, and this team can be exponentially better, and they're already pretty good.
And give some mad love to the fans. They did not leave. They were loud throughout the game.
Man, it's just, again, a collegiate atmosphere. I was explaining it to somebody. It's like going to a Florida, Georgia, or FSU game when they're winning, and they're coming here and seeing everybody play a pro sport. It was fun. The fans were here to the beginning, and right now, as you see them walking up and down, all you're hearing is Duval.
And I can't say it enough. Trevor Lawrence, after 4 interceptions, man, what a bounce back.
Man, I was crawling in the hole for him.
Yeah.
But to see him pull himself back up, again, it's just something that adds to the legend of Trevor Lawrence. And are we seeing that next Russell Wilson? Are we seeing that next guy? Because I had somebody ask me, is this the Jaguars team right now? Is this what we saw with Seattle, with Pete Carroll when they went 7-9 and then they went on their run? Very similar, and it all starts with having a dynamic franchise quarterback.
All right, James Coleman, don't you go anywhere. More of our Ready to Roar post-game show. Jaguars won 31-30 after this timeout.
Being in a car accident can turn your life upside down, and choosing the right attorney can be overwhelming. Read our reviews and learn about the many people we've helped take back control of their lives. Call us at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation.
Happy New You with your beautiful new smile from Natural Teeth Implant Center. Get your trial smile in just 18 hours. Now get $5,000 off your treatment or pay 0 interest for 1 full year. Insurances are accepted. Book your free consult now. NaturalTeethImplant.com.
Short or long, every tale tells a story, and Pet Supermarket gets that.
That one? I totally agree.
Pet Supermarket, everything you need to make your pet's tale a happy tale. Visit Pet Supermarket for all your new pet needs.
Subaru of Jacksonville is Subaru's #1 sales volume retailer in Florida. This accomplishment is the result of treating customers the right way, with an easier and better experience than anywhere else. What makes us different? Honest, transparent, upfront pricing and never above MSRP. No hidden fees, no add-on packages, and high values on your trade-in. Take advantage of great pricing on our extensive new Subaru inventory. Experience the Subaru of Jacksonville difference.
Drive a Subaru. You'll buy a Subaru.
There's a lot of things in this world happening right now, and consumers like myself want some level of control.
I am a solar development project manager, and I get to be on the forefront of the best technology to produce clean energy.
We've transitioned from 4 and oil to natural gas, and we're moving responsibly towards solar, battery, and green hydrogen, and this will all ultimately bring savings to the customer.
I know that FPL is looking at other ways that down the line will reduce my bill. We can be less dependent on oil, and the future is bright.
At HCA Florida Healthcare, all we do revolves around you, giving you personalized care and treating you like family, too. HCA Florida Healthcare, we show up for you.
I'm Anthony Austin. I'm not doing my job if I'm not finding a solution to your problem.
And I really hope the people of Jacksonville realize what an incredible resource they have with Ask Anthony.
Ask Anthony. First Coast News on your side.
This may sound strange, but you've been here before. You were here when this wrench was turned, and when this line was drawn. Oh, and when this stitch was sewn. Because you inspired the Lexus ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
After an accident, finding someone who will listen to your needs can be hard. When you call our office, you'll speak to an attorney immediately. We focus on the most important thing, your recovery. Call us at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation.
One of the most beautiful shots in all of America, downtown Jacksonville, the iconic landmark, the Main Street Bridge. And you can see the stadium in the backdrop. Our Jacksonville Jaguars winning a big game tonight, 31-30. At one point, they were down by 27 points, but there was no quitting in Doug Peterson's squad tonight. They fought, they rallied, and they will win this ball game on a Riley Patterson touchdown. Back here live now outside of TIAA Bank Field, where we've been hearing fans scream, Duval. If you never believed that this team could rally, come back and win, well, you better believe now, because it was looking bleak. Trevor Lawrence, 4 interceptions in the first half of the ball game. The first time that a quarterback has thrown 4 interceptions in the first half of a game since 1983. But boy, did he shake it off, like the old lady Leah used to say, when at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. And that's exactly what he did. Again, the Jaguars won tonight, 31-30. Our live post-game coverage is just getting started. We've got much, much more after this timeout. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
This has been a